Alrighty, now let's head over to our NFL segment of today where we are grading the team's draft performances. We're taking it division by division. Just did the AFC East yesterday. The Jets getting an A+ in our book, the only A+ that we've gotten so far, but we've only looked at 4 teams so far in the AFC East. So today we are doing the AFC North, the Ravens, the Bangles, the Steelers, the Browns, grading their performances. And then once we've gotten every team's performance graded, then we'll talk about who actually won the draft and we will crown an official winner. But we got to kind of look at all the teams first. So let's start here with the Ravens. Where are they at? Should be right here. Yep. All right, here we go. All right, Ravens, here we go. What did they do in the draft? First round pick. Well, they went and got a wide receiver, Rashad Bateman. Fantastic. That's what they need, the deep threat kind of wide receiver. And when we kind of were looking at the overall draft of kind of when they picked, when we were doing our live draft show, they made the right decision. I mean, they were going at 27, and we knew kind of the Saints were looking at a potential wide receiver. We knew the Green Bay Packers were potentially looking at another wide receiver, maybe even the Bills, who knows. But the Ravens, they had 2 first-round picks, the Chiefs' first-round pick, their own first-round pick. So with their first pick, they choose the wide receiver. And then we thought they would go offensive lineman at number 31 because they just lost Orlando Brown, but they decided to go linebacker instead a little bit there. So a little interesting there, but we do like Rashad Bateman with their first pick wide receiver. We thought that was great. Another kind of tall wide receiver, 6 foot. They brought in Sammy Watkins. He's 6'1", but we know he hasn't really been that great ever in his career. Really kind of floundered besides that. I think maybe 2 years. I think he had a decent first 2 seasons and really kind of floundered after that. But then in their second pick in the first round, they get Odafe Owe, outside linebacker. Third round, they go guard, so they show up their line with the third pick. Once again, no need to kind of overreach for offensive line talent in this year's draft. Third round pick again, they got Brandon Steffens, corner. Then in the fourth round, they get Tylan Wallace, a wide receiver, but he's only 5'11". We want deep down the field wide receiver. So I was looking kind of like for a 6'3" wide receiver to get taken in this draft. There was Semi Fayoko available to the fourth round, so don't really get the Tylan Wallace pick of 5'11". I mean, Semi Fayoki's 6'3", folks. Big. We'll go up and get it. And then in the fifth round, they get Sean Wade, corner. Then they get Dalen Harris, defensive end, and Ben Mason in the fifth round, a fullback. So Ravens here, they didn't have too many needs. Let's get a surefire wide receiver. They did it, and let's kind of shore up our offensive line a little bit. Maybe they could have done it a little bit more, only took 1 offensive lineman and then try to shore up their defense a little bit more. But the Ravens didn't have too big of needs. Just needed to get that wide receiver. They did that with the first pick. And like we said, the lineman at the third round, pretty good pick as well. So we're going to grade this one a solid B here for the Ravens. Basically got everything they needed in the first 3 picks. And let's see if everything pans out. But they got some nice weapons out there. Rashad Bateman should be good. We do have him ranked as kind of was it the 5th or the 4th? What do we got? Rashad Bateman is the 4th kind of graded wide receiver on our big board. Maybe number 5, because we did forget to put Kadarius Toney on this list. Let's put him on the list. I forgot about that, man. So let me put Kadarius Toney on this list very quickly. I'm going to put Kadarius Toney at number 4. I loved what we saw from him. Fantastic. Alrighty, so Rashad Bateman's basically the 5th best wide receiver in this draft. All right, so solid B here for the Ravens. Let's see how it all pans out this season. But for just kind of what they needed, they went out and got that in the first 3 rounds. All righty, next team up is the Bengals. All righty, first pick, 5th pick overall. They go get Jamar Chase, a weapon for Joe Burrow. Reunite the 2, fantastic pick. He's not my number 1 graded wide receiver. We had Devontae Smith, then Jamar Chase, and then Jalen Waddle. But Jamar Chase, I mean, he's got history with Joe Burrow, so I understand the pick 100%. Then they went and got an offensive tackle second round, shoring up your line. Don't want to see Joe Burrow injured again, so fantastic there. Then they get a nice defensive edge rusher. They pick a defensive edge rusher in the third round and in the fourth round, like what we saw with the Bills. Their first round pick was a defensive end. Their second round pick was a defensive end, so we're seeing back-to-back defensive ends taken. Alrighty. Then they win and get a defensive tackle in the fourth round, Tyler Shelvin. Also in the fourth round, they get Deontay Smith, offensive tackle, so 2 offensive linemen, and still in the fourth round, that's still decent, so we'll take that. Then in the fifth round, they get the place kicker. Sixth round, they get a center. Sixth round, they get Chris Evans, a running back. Not really any great running back depth in this league. And they've already got, what they got? What are they working with at running back? What did the Bengals got? Joe Mixon, what did he rush? He got 1,000 yards last season? 428. What happened to him? He played all 16 games? Why did Joe Mixon not get 1,000 yards? What's up with that? He didn't play that many games. All right. That's why. That's understandable. We can understand that then. Alrighty, come on ESPN. Let's back. We were trying to go back here. Thank you. Alrighty, so maybe could have gotten a running back here, but like we said, there's nothing really great in this draft. If you weren't getting Travis Etienne or Najee Harris, it really was, you weren't getting anything great running back-wise. But we'll see if Chris Evans kind of pans out, a 6th round pick. What did he do? He's 5'11". Alrighty, from Michigan. Alrighty. So overall, we're going to grade this Bengals draft B+. You went out and got, a weapon for Joe Burrow. You lost A.J. Green. Let's go and get Jamar Chase. Now, this Bengals team already has great wide receivers. Don't get us wrong. Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins. T. Higgins, the big wide receiver. Tyler Boyd, the big wide receiver. They're both 6'1 plus, no? Tyler Boyd, 6'2, yes, sir. T. Higgins, 6'4". So, yes, Jamar Chase, he's not that tall. He's not that big. He's more of a kind of finesse receiver out there. He's still 6 foot, which is, decent. I want my receivers like 6'2" and above, but, that's just me. But, yeah, Jamar Chase, great wide receiver here. Should be good. Little bit of a risk just because he didn't play in 2020, but he paired up with Joe Burrow, so I'm sure they can kind of relive their magic there. And then you shore up the offensive line with that second pick, and then just shore up your, defensive ends in the third round, fourth round, geez. So, yeah, I've got no problem with this draft. Think they got basically everything they needed. Didn't overreach for the kind of, offensive lineman. Got the weapon. Protect Joe Burrow. So a solid B+ here for the Bengals. Alrighty, next team up is the Steelers, and fantastic draft here. Yes, sir. Alrighty, round 1, pick number 24, Najee Harris, running back. Absolutely fantastic. One of the best steals of the night, honestly. The Steelers, all they needed is a wide receiver. They're basically good everywhere else. So Najee Harris, he's our number 1 graded running back in this draft class. So they went out and got him. Fantastic home run pick. The second pick here, Pat Freiermuth, tight end. It's a good pick because we know Big Ben, his arm's going to be a little lackluster. So you get Najee Harris to support Big Ben with the running game. You get the tight end for a nice little check down for Big Ben. And he's a nice 6'5" tight end out here. So nice tall receiver to go to. Nice tall weapon to go to at the tight end position. So I like that. Then you go and get a center in the third round to replace Marquise Pouncey. Fantastic. So your first couple of picks here, and then in the fourth round, they get another offensive tackle in Dan Moore Jr. So very well done. And then in the fourth round, you go and get that linebacker, exactly what you need, because that's kind of, the worst spot defensively. You've got TJ Watt. You've got, that can kind of, and Cameron Hayward that can, still play running back and rush the passer too. You get Joe Hayden at the corner, Terrell Edmonds, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Cameron Sutton. So you got nice corners. You got nice edge rushers, really just kind of missing a linebacker, and they went out and drafted him in the fourth round. So, if he pans out, that's fantastic. So I love what they did here. And then we could talk about the 5th, 6th, and 7th round here. 5th round, Isaiah Loudermilk. Is that really it? This man's name is Isaiah Loudermilk. He don't even got a picture. He's got good size but short arms. Loudermilk can't even drink his own milk. It's like a T-Rex, can't reach the glass to his mouth. Alrighty, well, you get Isaiah Loudermilk at defensive tackle. 6th round, Quincy Roche, outside linebacker. Round 7, you get Trey Norwood, corner. And then the 7th round, Presley Harvin, the 3rd, you get a punter. So absolutely love this draft for the Steelers. Going to call it an A, man, an A. You get the running back, help out Big Ben with the kind of offensive production. You get the tight end for Big Ben when he has to throw the ball. Nice little check down if they need it. Also can throw the ball to Najee Harris. He's a great kind of catcher of the football out of the backfield. Fantastic. And he's 6'2", so got to give it 6'2" or 6'3". Am I bugging? Oh, they got him listed at 6'1". No. He's 6'2", folks. Don't let them trick you. Nah, he's 6'2". I can't believe they disrespected that man, putting him at 6'1". But a nice kind of catcher of the ball out of the backfield as well. And then Kendrick Green at the center position, shoring up their offensive line since you just lost that. So absolutely well done here for the Steelers. Got everything they needed to help out the offensive production. The defense was fine. Shore that up in the 4th round with the inside linebacker of Buddy Johnson. And now we're talking. So Steelers really kind of shored up everything they needed with some great pieces here. We're going to give them an A. Fantastic. All right, and then the last team in the AFC North is the Browns. All righty, no real needs offensively here. So the 1st round, they go Greg Newsome. Unfortunately here, our kind of worst graded corner of kind of the big names here of Patrick Surtain, J.C. Horn, Caleb Fairley, Asante Samuel Jr., and Greg Newsome. Unfortunately for the Browns, they wanted to go corner, and everybody was drafting corners in this draft. We see J.C. Horn getting taken by the Panthers 1st round. Patrick Surtain getting taken. Corners here. And then we got Caleb Fairley by the Titans. So, 3 great corners taken off the board before the Browns go and pick. So they kind of got, the leftovers a little bit, but he's still a good weapon out here. We're not disrespecting Greg Newsome, but this was the steal of the draft. In the 2nd round, they get Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker from Notre Dame. We absolutely love Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. He is our first graded linebacker, and he went in the 2nd round. An absolute steal here for the Browns. I mean, look how many linebackers were taken over him in the 1st round. We got Micah Parsons taken before Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Then we got Zaven Collins taken above him in the 1st round. Then we get Jamin Davis taken in the 1st round as well. Then we get Odafe Owe. Then we get Joe Tyrone taken. That's 5 linebackers taken ahead of him in just the 1st round alone. And then let's go to the 2nd round. Any other linebackers taken? We get Azeez Ujulari, which we're still big on as well. We love him. Then finally Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah gets taken. So 4, 5, 6 linebackers taken ahead of Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, which I think is an absolute home run, kind of a steal pick in the 2nd round. Then in the 3rd round, they get Anthony Schwartz, wide receiver from Auburn. They don't really need a wide receiver, but a nice luxury pick there at the 3rd round. 4th round, they get James Hudson, offensive tackle. Also in the 4th round, they get Tommy Togaya, defensive tackle. 5th round, they get Tony Fields, inside linebacker. Also required Richard LeCounte, safety. And then Demetric Felton in the 6th round, a wide receiver as well. So there's really no huge needs for this Browns team. Maybe to shore up their defense a little bit. I mean, offense, they got the quarterback. They got Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, 2 great running backs. Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Rashard Higgins, Austin Hooper. I mean, so they've got nice wide receiver weapons. Defensively, you got, Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney off the edge. Then they just shore up their linebacking core because they've got decent safe or corners. They got Denzel Ward, but they bring in Greg Newsome to shore up the other side. And then at the linebacker position, you still got Anthony Walker, but now you got Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. So just shoring up their defense. That's what they did in those first 2 picks. That's really all they needed to do in this draft. Everything else was just basically, all right, who do we think could be good that we can translate to be good? So we're going to give this Browns team a B+. Not too many things to shore up, but they shored up what they needed to. So fantastic there. Alrighty, so the Steelers join the Jets as the only team to get at least an A so far out of the 8 teams that we've done in the AFC East and the AFC North. But